This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
PlayStation Pop Experience, Pop Goes Movies, is back. We have another great episode ahead of us with a fun movie that hit streaming and theaters. Some people are starting to go back to theaters, hopefully getting back to normal, and releases will come out. But this was a movie that I really enjoyed watching at home, and I would have had fun in the theaters. But we're talking about the new release of Mortal Kombat. Yes. So let me get the people in here that are going to break down this review. First off, let's bring in the proprietor of the Jenny position you can hear on many pods across many feeds, Jennifer Smith. How are you, Jenny?
I'm doing awesome. Double A, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm good. Oh, you're always welcome. Come talk about movies. We had a good time last time. I think we did Wonder Woman 1984, right?
We did.
That was a fun time and a fun movie as well.
Yes.
Also. And what else? Also, this guy here, he's on many of the Pop Goes series lately. He's on Pop Goes the Couch with me as we talk about our Marvel series and others. Tim Capel. Hey, Tim.
Hey, guys. Yeah, fun edition of the podcast for Wonder Woman 1984. We'll try to make it a tradition here with Mortal Kombat, a little bit in the other direction, but still quite entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I low expectations going into this movie based on its predecessors, which we'll talk about. So let's kind of go around the room though with our kind of our history with the source material. Jenny, have you played the Mortal Kombat games? Are you familiar with them at all?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like really bad at them. I mean, I just
yeah.
push buttons mostly. But I mean, it's a fighting game, so what are you gonna do? I always had fun playing that game whenever I would get the chance. I don't know too much. Was there just the one game? Did they do a bunch of?
Oh no, there was a bunch in the arcades.
Yeah.
And it hit home, and then it started getting a little more violent and more involved. Like I haven't played Mortal Kombat in a while. I played the OG one, and then probably I think Mortal Kombat 2, maybe Mortal Kombat 3. I was still like going to Dave & Buster's at the time, or like in a bowling alley or whatever, playing that. And I did have some of them on I might have had it on the Xbox, I think, maybe. I don't think I have it on my PlayStation 4, but yeah, they're still around. Did you have a character that you like to play as in particular?
Well, I always try to do the girl ones. Is there like a katana? Something like that?
She came in, I think, in the second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, I think Sonya Blade's was the only female character in the OG Mortal Kombat.
And of course, Sub-Zero. He always had the fun effects and stuff for his
fatality. Yeah, we could freeze people and make air and everything. Yep. Tim, what about you? How familiar with the games? Did you play them? What was your favorite character?
Oh boy, yeah, I was a Mortal Maniac growing up, if you'll permit me. I think the original arcade came out when I was about 11, 12 years old. So right at that age where, you're a boy, young kid, super ultra violent video game. That's right in your wheelhouse, right? Blood and killing people. I've never seen anything like it. And just the whole hysteria over fatalities, which was kind of an innovation for a fighting game at the time, and nobody really knew about it. It's kind of a secret. You couldn't just go on Google and have all this shit out there and know how to do it. A lot of times it would happen by accident, and it would sort of spread by word of mouth. Oh, you can kill people in this game. Oh, and they say finish them. You can do a special move, and it's like, what? You'd think it was bullshit, and then you'd learn how to do it, and you'd know somebody who knew how to do all of them, and it was just, the whole culture around it was just huge in the early 90s. I remember Mortal Monday when they ported the arcade to your home console, so you could get it on your Genesis or Super Nintendo. Notably, I remember the home port of the Super Nintendo version excluded blood. So rather than seeing blood fly off of your opponent as you hit them, it was just like sweat. But it looked like dust. It looked like dust the way it was rendered. It was really stupid. And they also sanitized a lot of the fatalities on that version. Now on the Genesis, you could put in a secret code at the start screen to turn on blood. So you got the full gore in all its glory on the Genesis version of Mortal Kombat 1. Although I think the graphics were a little bit inferior to the Super NES, if you ask me. That trend continued with Mortal Kombat 2. Super Nintendo stepped it up there. I mean, you just got full on blood. Didn't have to settle for less. I don't think you even had to put in a code or anything for that one. But that's where you got some new characters, and that was sort of the trend of those games, where you would lose a few characters each game, but gain a few new cool characters and cool fatalities, and then they would cycle in things like animalities, where you could turn into an animal and kill somebody.
Wow.
Damn!
They even had something called a friendship, where instead of killing them, that you extended an act of kindness. It's very hard to explain. They had
Mortal
babalities.
kindness.
Well, for instance, Johnny Cage would like give you an autograph of himself, an autographed picture of himself. You had babalities, where you could turn your opponent into a baby for no reason.
Babalities.
Yeah, babalities.
Just
all
like a little baby in like the costume, like just a baby version.
Sometimes they would be. I think. I think the Kung Lao baby still had his big oversized hat, if I remember correctly.
That sounds adorable.
Yeah, you have to go on YouTube, search babalities.
Okay,
It's just a treasure trove out there. What else? You get into Mortal Kombat 3, and that's where some of the next gen consoles, like your Sega Saturn and I think they even had that on PlayStation 1. Again, you lose some characters, you gain some characters, some additional fighting techniques. They introduced combos, and not to be forgotten, of course, the great stage fatalities, where you could knock a person off a bridge, knock them into.
Oh yeah, I remember those. I like the spikes or into like the acid pool.
The
or
acid,
something, right?
Yep, the acid. Mortal Kombat 2. So, I mean, I know all that's probably through, I would say, Mortal Kombat 3 into about 4. And then they would do like enhancement packs even, which was kind of crazy for the time period. This was mid 90s. You would get Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate Edition, where they added back some characters that they took out. Even had like secret characters you could unlock, sometimes to play, sometimes just to fight, secret stages, just all kinds of lore, as they call it, built into these games. And I was pretty familiar with that lore, I'd say up through that third game. So, with this movie, there's just a lot of mark out moments for me in terms of most of the characters being pretty familiar to me, and just some of the nods to the games. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Of course, I haven't played them in years. It's not like I've kept up with them at all. It's gone in all sorts of crazy directions since then. I think they're up to about 11 or 12 games now.
I think 11 is the latest one. I think my son wanted 11, but we haven't gotten it yet. I mean, I think I was going to buy like 9 or 10 a couple of years ago, and he's like, yeah, and like I didn't like check it. I just went and I bought it, and one of my coworkers like, maybe you should watch the video on YouTube. I went, what the? I was like, no. But we do have Injustice, I think, which is like the DC version of Mortal Kombat, basically, with a storyline, which is fun. I was more of a Street Fighter 2 fan.
Yeah,
I like that too. I like
for
that
the games personally.
Tekken 4.
Or there was a Samurai Showdown, which was a fun game I played. We had it at the bowling alley I worked at, so that's why I played it a lot. But yeah, I mean, Street Fighter 2 was very cartoonish. Mortal Kombat was just sick and twisted at times.
Yes.
The whole finish him and the
Well,
cool
it was
fatalities.
controversial.
Yeah, it was.
Like a lot of parents were like, "We are not letting our kids anywhere near this." And I mean, luckily, neither one of my parents gave two. They were like,
Right.
it's a video game. Who fucking cares?" I mean, maybe if it had had like tits and
Right.
full on
Yeah.
sex, the way like a lot of games now do, they would maybe have more of an objection. But it's like it's just blood and kill it. This is like an action movie. Who cares?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, some families were like, "Oh no."
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'm fine with him, with my son playing it. I'm playing it. I mean, it's ridiculous. There was a fun scene in, remember, 40-Year-Old Virgin, where it was like Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen were playing it, and they were like, "Oh, you tore me off by my torso. Look at that!" And they're sitting there having fun. So yeah, it's been on the silver screen. So there was also a few movies. I don't have great memories of them. Actually, you could check out the premiere episode of Popcorn Chicken Salad, where I think it was Ben, Matt, Logan. They live watched the original from 1995. I remember seeing that in theaters, actually, because I think I was either just graduated or graduating college at the time. We had the video game soundtrack, so we would play that on the radio station sometimes. But Tim, did you see the original Mortal Kombat at all?
Yes, I do remember seeing that original Mortal Kombat movie, 1995, in the theater. Made my dad take me and my big cousin Ryan to see that movie opening
Big
weekend.
Rye.
Big Rye, as you know, Jen.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we thought it was great. Of course, far superior to the previous year's Street Fighter, I thought, which had a good bit more star power, but Mortal Kombat just felt more accurate to the spirit of the game. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a dog shit movie, but it's so much fun.
Jenny, you see it?
Oh my God. I don't think in the theaters. But I've definitely seen it in recent years, and it totally holds up as crazy and awesome in that weird niche way. Like it's fun and campy, and the effects are terrible but great. It's so good.
Yep. And then there was also
Yes.
Robin Shaw, who was like one of the it.
He's great, isn't he?
They were one of the crossovers they were trying to do at the time. Right, from the Japanese, Hong Kong pictures, all those. Yeah, it was fine. I mean, then they had
It wasn't like bloody or anything that I remember either.
That's the thing. It is lacking in the gore of the game.
Yeah.
So the gore effects were terrible, actually, in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's 1995. What do you want?
Yeah, I did like the scene where Reptile comes in. Because you see Reptile scurrying around, and then he gets thrown into that skeleton, and like the ninja assassin forms. It's like Reptile.
He like possesses the statue. Or
yes.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. It's great. Yeah, it makes no sense. Go
ahead, Tim.
Yeah, and you got Lyndon Ashby as Johnny Cage, of course, from late season's Melrose Place. I would be remiss in not pointing out.
Obviously.
An actual martial artist, apparently. Which is hard to believe from seeing him in that movie.
All right, so before we kind of go through the movie a little bit, let's talk about like our thoughts though when it was announced and the trailers and everything. Jenny, what was your excitement level seeing this movie? Like, were you psyched? Were you like, oh, it's something to watch, something new? Like, what was your thoughts when you first heard of this and then saw like footage?
No, I was psyched. Just because I really liked that first one, and I didn't know any of the actors or anything. Like nobody looked familiar to me, but for a movie like this, I don't really think that matters, But yeah, I was psyched about it, and I think I watched it that first night. The app was really slow, so a lot of people must have been watching it too. But we buffered through, and I just loved it. I thought it was awesome.
Yep. Tim, what were your thoughts when you saw and heard this for the first time?
I don't even know that I had heard they were doing a new Mortal Kombat, honestly, until I saw that trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it was going to be an HBO Max drop, I was like pretty excited about. I was like, oh shit. Just sort of caught me by surprise, came out of nowhere. Seeing that it was going to be what, if the trailer was any indication, a pretty hard R rating. I was like, all right.
Yep, here for it.
Yeah, that's what you want. Like, for all that the original, as fun as it is, may have been lacking in the blood and guts department, this could certainly make up. And just like Jenny, I didn't care who was in it. I didn't care if there was a single name, actor, celebrity whatsoever. That's not what it's about, right? I didn't care how badly acted it was. I wanted to see a Mortal Kombat with
You wanted to see
blood,
the kills. We're here
with some kills, yeah.
Yes.
And
Well, it's like Godzilla versus Kong. Like, we wanted to see those
Exactly.
two fight. We didn't care. And actually, the human characters were horrible in that movie. Like, I wish they weren't there.
Yeah, exactly. So as long as the characters look like the characters, doing the moves that look like the moves, and killing some bitches, like that's pretty much Mortal. I'm not that invested in the lore. Like, if they want to do a whole sprawling story, whatever, fine, great. But that's not really what it's about for me. I know that the games have gone off on in all sorts of crazy directions. I can't imagine what they look like now. But my Mortal Kombat is very much that early 90s gritty, kind of insane, no holds barred version of Mortal Kombat.
As long as they look better than I did when I was Sub-Zero for Halloween one year, when I was working in a bar, yeah, it's better. So no pictures exist of that, thank God.
Damn it.
Although I was skinny then, so I wouldn't mind.
Although will be hard to top Christopher Lambert's,
yes,
with his most bizarre accent of all time. This inexplicable catchphrase. Like, why are we giving Raiden catchphrase? I don't think so. Like, what? Anyway.
So looking at this cast, like you guys said, like not a lot of names jump out, but Hiroko Sanada, I've recognized him. He's a known guy. He was actually, I believe, in Avengers Endgame. He was, I believe, like the head, like, I don't know if they were Yakuza, that when Clint Hawkeye was doing his alter, you guys could correct me.
Yeah,
when he was assassinating people, basically, before
the Ronin stuff.
Yeah, the Ronin. I believe he was in that scene, so that's where his face is very familiar to me. But yeah, he was. I
try not to pay attention to Hawkeye scenes.
Same.
And the guy who played Cole, Louis Ten, he was actually in Deadpool 2. So
yes.
Yeah.
He played.
He was also in Iron Fist a little bit.
Yeah. I didn't get through Iron Fist, I think.
That's fine.
Right, yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, he played Shatterstar in that. I recognize Sonya Blade. That's Jessica McNamee. She was in that really crappy Chips movie, actually, and she played Jason Statham's ex-wife in The Meg. So
100% sure I've never seen.
Yeah.
You've never seen The Meg?
I've never seen her in anything. If those
okay.
are the same.
The guy who played Kano, Josh Lawson. I was looking him up. Apparently he's in House of Lies on Showtime.
Okay.
What Jax? When I saw like the credits, I'm like Mechad Brooks. I'm like, that is so familiar. I looked it up. Eggs on True Blood. So
yes, and he's on Supergirl as well. That's the
that's right. He's Jimmy Olsen, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and Nathan Jones.
Jones.
Yeah, and what I kind of love too about this is they gave us a lot of the well-known characters. I mean, we had Cole Young, which I don't know. Tim, was he in the games, Cole Young? Or is he's like our protagonist for the movie stage?
Yeah, I didn't recognize him. But
he's just a shitty point of view character.
Yeah.
I think he's the studio note character. And if there's anything I don't like about this movie, don't get me wrong, I like Louis Tan a lot. I think he puts in a good performance, but he could have played a different character.
Yeah. Yeah. But we get Sonya Blade, we get Kano, we have Lord Raiden, we have Jax, Liu Kang, Shang Tsung, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, which I marked out on totally.
Yes.
Kung Lao, Milena, Cabal, Goro, Reiko, and Nitara. Those are the main Mortal Kombat characters that we see in this. So, they checked most of the boxes. Only a couple of people that we didn't see, which I think this is the plan to be part of a trilogy.
Right.
So, which they kind of mention of a character, which we'll talk to about at the end. So this first scene, though, was actually released early a little bit. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but it starts off in 17th century Japan. Lin Kuei assassins led by Bi-Han attack and kill members of the rival Ryu. I'm butchering this, I'm sorry. Ninja Clan and Hanzo Hashi's wife and son. Hanzo kills the attacker before failing to Bi-Han and taken to the Nether Realm. Raiden, the God of Thunder, arrives and takes Hanzo's surviving infant daughter to safety. So this opening scene was great.
Amazing.
Very violent. It sets the tone. Jenny, what were you like? What do you think we were in store for once we saw this scene?
I mean, they didn't pull any punches. I mean, just automatically death, destruction, cool effects, and heartbreak. Like, it was everything in that short little scene. Wow. I was blown away already. I was like, oh, this is what we're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
And then it set expectations going forward.
Mm-hmm. Tim, what were your feelings when you saw this opening?
Much the same. I was like, this is more than I expected already from this Mortal Kombat movie. It's like, oh, there's actual characters and humanity and stakes. What are we doing? I knew about the rivalry between Scorpion and Sub-Zero a little bit from the games, but I don't think I even put two and two together right away that, okay, this guy's, Scorpion, basically. I mean, Sub-Zero is pretty obvious.
Yeah, with the freezing everything, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Looking like a young, great value Randy Orton.
Yes, you made that observation while you were watching the film, and I was like, I'll have to look for that. A little bit. But yeah, it was like, wow, and pretty beautifully shot. Also, I thought it was
feudal Japan, yeah.
But as soon as he picked up that, well, it's a weapon, but it looks like a gardening implement. That dagger that he strings a rope through, starts swinging that bitch around. I'm like, oh, this is what we're doing. This is Scorpion with the harpoon. I get it. And I felt kind of stupid because it's like pretty it's like so obvious, I guess. And I'm sure true Mortal Kombat aficionados are on board with this from the beginning. And I'm like, it's Scorpion, halfway through.
Yeah, I did this, Tim. I did the same thing. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be Scorpion at some point.
So, and that's where I think this movie is more sort of rewarding to people like me who were fans, but like to a point, like we didn't really, not that there's anything wrong with being like a Mortal Kombat super fan who's super invested in it today. Everybody has their fanboy circles that they're into, but like I said, I'm more of that like very early MK obsessive, and it's the broad strokes that are really gonna hit with me.
Yeah, like I love Mortal Kombat. I played the games and all that, but I wasn't gonna be like all comic book guy after the movie. Like, okay, well, this character's fatality was incorrect. Not like I was when I saw the first Transformers movie. I was pissed off walking out of that. Because that was
me watching an X-Men movie or a Marvel,
So I'm glad, we went in with very low expectations basically, and whatever they gave us, and they set the tone early, which was great. I mean, great scenery, great fight scene, great violence. So I knew it was going to be a fun ride. So it fast forwards to the present, though, in the realm of the Outworld has defeated the Earth realm in 9 of 10 deathmatch tournaments called Mortal Kombat, intending to conquer it. However, an ancient prophecy is uncovered stating that the blood of Hanzo Hashi will unite a new generation of Earthrealm's champions to prevent Outworld's victory. Aware of this, the soul-eating sorcerer Shang Tsung employs warriors to kill Earthrealm's champions, identified by a distinctive dragon mark, before the next tournament begins. Meanwhile, Ko Young, a former MMA champion, and his family are attacked by Bihan, now known as Sub-Zero. But a Special Forces Major Jax Briggs rescues the Youngs, directing them to safety to seek out his partner, Sonya Blade, while he stays behind to fight off Sub-Zero, who freezes and shatters his arms. Now, they gave away kind of in the trailer, I think, of what kind of happens to Jax, but didn't matter. I thought this scene was well done and extremely violent, and it was just, Tim, this movie was a pretty much breakneck speed most of the time. So what do you think of this introduction to Cole, and we get him kind of get thrown into the fracas?
So right away, I was sort of turned off by, again, this point of view character who does not exist within the game, is not an established game character. That definitely, as much as I'm not a total fanboy about this, I was like, it's just so totally unnecessary. There's a million characters, right? There's a million characters in this game, and let's just make one up, because otherwise the audience won't have anyone connect to. Like, anyone gives two fucking shits about that.
They could have got a better name too.
Oh god, yeah, terrible name, terrible like MMA gimmick. Like, that's so, again, just felt like such a studio note. Like, oh, what are people into? MMA. Let's do an MMA guy. And he's like a loser. He sucks. He loses all his matches. And the whole, I
love how much you hate this guy automatically.
Yeah, I mean, he felt like
unnecessary.
Again, you talked about that Godzilla with
right, yeah,
with Kick-Ass in it, with Quicksilver, and what the fuck is the guy's name? No one knows.
Peters, yeah.
Yeah, no one cares. Okay. And how he didn't need to be in there, like, especially you got Bryan Cranston, who people would care about anyway. Point being, this is not a character who exists, so no one cares about him. And the whole time you're sort of sitting there thinking, well, maybe they'll turn him into Scorpion. Like, he'll probably, like, he's the Scorpion ancestor of the guy who was killed at the beginning. Maybe we'll just wait and see. They're going to turn him into Scorpion. Mm-hmm. And they end up not doing that. So you're like, But anyway, he super sucks. His daughter super sucks. I wish his whole family had died. Honestly,
it would have been better, probably.
Yeah, story-wise, right? But because that's what I care about, is the story, not my feelings. And Jax, who's a really cool character, getting his arms ripped off in violent fashion. I don't know if they should have necessarily shown that in the trailer, right?
You don't give that stuff away. It's like when they gave away that, Hulk catches Iron Man in the Avengers. I hated that they did that.
Yeah, maybe you save that one, but it's still cool nonetheless. It's not like Sub-Zero isn't going to do other extremely cool things throughout the movie.
I was going to say that's probably the only one they could show, because everything else is like pretty awesome and bad.
Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tim.
But I definitely enjoyed the character of Jax, and I was disappointed though that the exchange between he and Cole about the marking was not as bad as the way they edited it in the trailer. What is that? It's a birthmark. What do you mean? He was born with it. Thank you for telling us what a birthmark is. In context, that's not what he didn't realize it was. He thought it was a logo. So anyway, I was like, all right, that's not the piece of atrocious screenwriting I hoped it would be. So I guess that's both a relief and disappointing at the same time. But yeah, good chase sequence there, good action, good brutal arm rip from Sub-Zero to Jax. But if you know Jax from the games, that's not going to be the last we see of him, we hope.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Jenny, what was your thoughts on the introduction of Cole and Sub-Zero coming to take him out?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree about Cole and his entire family, but Sub-Zero is the star of this movie,
Hmm.
and the scene is amazing because they start seeing it snow, and they're like, it's July, and then the snow starts going up, and he just walks down the street and then flings at all of these people, just innocent bystanders. Oh my God. I was like, yes. And then the chase scene was awesome. The arm rip, oh my God, I was losing my mind. It was, I, I was already on Sub-Zero's side.
they
And I
Yeah,
should have,
like
yeah,
heels.
they should have said it's snowing. What do you mean? Fluffy precipitation falling from the sky.
I
See,
wish they
I used Sub-Zero, like he was my go-to guy. So for me, it was like getting used to seeing him as a heel because in my mind he's a face because he's me in the video game. I don't know, just I'm weird, but yeah, but I enjoyed him being so badass in this game
yes.
in this movie. So Cole is sent to he tracks Sonya down to her hideout where she's interrogating a captive mercenary named Kano. She reveals that she and Jax have been investigating Mortal Kombat's existence and that the Dragon Mark can be transferred to anyone who kills the original bearer. The hideout is attacked by Shang Tsung's assassin, Sizoth, but a reluctant Kano kills him with Cole and Sonya's help. They then travel to Raiden's temple and meet Earthrealm's champions Liu Kang and Kung Lao before being brought to Raiden himself, who is critical of newcomers. They are joined by Jax, who Raiden rescued and fitted with a set of mechanical arms. Shang Tsung attacks the temple along with Sub-Zero and Melina, but Raiden erects a shield to starve them off while Sonya trains and encourages Jax to fight despite his condition. Cole and Kano train with Kang and Lao to unlock their arcana, a special power-up unique to all Dragon Mark bearers. So basically, it's like your special thing, like your ability to freeze people, or as we see the other guys have. So Jenny, what did we get Kano in here. He's supposedly a good guy, but the heel's turn's going to come. We get Raiden's temple and more introductions to. I thought the Liu Kang was as good as Robin Chow, and I really enjoyed Kung Lao. I was a little disappointed in what turns out for him, but then we get also Melina enters the fray with Shang Tsung, and Jax. We kind of see his kind of redemption or his healing process, I guess. So, what do you think of this part?
Just more amazing action and fight scenes. Um, Kano rips a thing's heart out um, in the middle of a burning building. I mean, like it's just completely badass. All of it is, and he is hilarious. I thought he was a gem in this movie. Like I saw some negative stuff on Twitter about not liking Kano, and I'm like, what? Because I thought he was hilarious, and I loved his chemistry with Sonya, and um, you know, a lot of like weird, maybe sexual energy there, but she also really hates his guts, so that's interesting. Um, she tricks him, tells him she's going to pay him $3 million to get to the temple, and like just totally lies and uses him. Um, the whole travel sequence looked really awesome. All the sets looked cool. Like it just looked real,
Mm-hmm.
It was. Um, I mean, I would continue to be impressed. I really
Yeah.
liked all this, and a lot of exposition. They had to sort of explain a lot, but they didn't. They didn't. It wasn't wasted. Like they just did it efficiently and moved along. Like you
Yeah.
said, the pace is fast in this movie. So
Yeah, we didn't
it,
get any long, drawn out info dumps.
no, it
Hmm.
was well done the way they did it. And
I,
I
I
needed the background. Honestly, I
yes.
wanted to know what was happening, so
Hmm.
it helped.
Yeah, I think what I could probably picture the complaints being maybe Kano doesn't exactly look the way he does in the
Hmm.
games and maybe in the first movie. I mean, I and the fact that they set him up to be a good guy and he does the heel turn, which I saw coming
Oh
basically.
well, of course, yeah.
Yeah, everybody should have seen it. Um, and yeah, also the arcanas that we're starting to see from well, Liu Kang and Kung Lao already have theirs. Yeah, I really enjoyed that part. So Tim, what do you think of this part of the movie?
Yeah, here's where we get some kind of mythology introduced with this idea of the markings, and I sort of like the idea that they're transferable if you don't have the marking, but you kill somebody who does. And I think it's cool that Jax has one, but Sonya doesn't, because you would expect that to be the other way around. With Sonya being an original character, Jax coming in later, so she doesn't have the marking. Kano has one, and that sets up a neat dynamic between the two of them, where she's sort of resentful of that, because it's like, Kano's this big piece of shit. Why should he have it and I don't? And I've put in all this work, and God damn it. So you sort of know, like, that's going to be her arc for the movie, and it's kind of a good hook for her character, I thought.
It is,
because she's not like, you can tell it's eating at her. It's kind of like. She's got a chip on her shoulder about it, but it's not like she's whiny about it or anything. She's not constantly, oh, why couldn't it be me? Like she's totally capable in her own right. And it's just incidentally, she isn't one of the special chosen ones or whatever of this universe, but she's still fully, if anything, more committed than anyone else that we see in Earth Realm, and I'm gonna forever call it Earth Realm now. Kano's great. He pretty much steals the show. The reptile fight is super awesome. Boy, I guess this is a bit of an improvement over the 1995 Windows Paint version of Reptile.
Exactly. Yes.
It's all possessing statues and whatnot. And the thing is, like, even though they killed him, he's a good example of a more disposable type character, because I got the sense he's more of a creature, like one of many species of these things. So if they want to use another reptiles, who cares? So it's just a throwaway monster kind of thing. They can have lots of armies of reptiles potentially. I'd be on board for that.
I think they could, the way this is built, I think they can bring back characters even after they kill them, because of the mystical, supernatural, different realm bullshit.
As Shading says, death is but a doorway.
Yeah.
And I can't decide whether the actor playing Shang Tsung is the worst actor on the planet or the best actor in this movie. Like, he's sort of perfect for that character in the lines that are required of that character. Don't know that I like him as much as the original from 95, but he sort of works for me here, which may be a controversial take. I like seeing all of his minions in Outworld too. You get Melina with the teeth, and who else? Cabal, the great, who's like very hilarious for some reason.
Yeah.
And that whole stuff, all that stuff with Outworld, it reminded me of an R-rated Masters of the Universe or an R-rated Power Rangers, just where they're kind of laying down the rules, and you're seeing.
I was getting like a G.I. Joe vibe, I guess. Like, here are like some of the noted Cobra members that are going to go after the noted Joes in this particular episode.
For me. I mean, I know G.I. Joe is pretty out there, but it's still too exotic for me to think G.I. Joe. But I get I definitely take your point. Again, I'm just glad it's R-rated, so that as ridiculous as all this is, it's sprinkled with a generous amount of F-bombs and blood along the way. Just there's a line that Kano has where he tells, crack me up. He tells Sonya, "All right, I'll tell you how to get to the realm. You want to take down a piece of paper, get a pen. You ready? It's called Go Fuck Yourself." And she's like actually following along. She's like, "Want to get a piece of paper? Grab a pen. Hang on, don't tell me yet. Go fuck yourself." And so that was awesome. Love that character. Kept wondering if he had powers in the game, because I couldn't remember. Since he has to develop his arcana, which is a great term.
He does. That is his powers in the game once he gets his arcana. Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the thing. Jenny mentioned that, he pulls the guy's heart out. That was his fatality.
That was his
in the game.
fatality. I
thought
remember.
it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now they stayed throughout this movie. They stayed to the fatalities for the characters. That was
pretty much.
I think so. Well, some of them evolved or changed. They had different ones over the years. I think there are YouTube videos you can look up like Scorpion's fatalities all the years. But I think they were fairly accurate. I believe.
Pretty much, yeah. It kept to the spirit of them with slight modifications.
Yeah.
So help me out here. So is the idea this is the 9th Mortal Kombat tournament that we're setting up between Outworld and
the 10th.
Well, excuse me. This is the 10th. Yeah. They've had 9. Earthrealm keeps losing because we really suck.
Yeah.
So do we keep losing because Shang Tsung keeps killing all the chosen fighters?
So.
I think so.
Before the tournament.
Yeah.
Or maybe
it took them 10 rounds to figure out what he was doing. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I gather a bunch of jobbers show up for the actual tournament. And they go down really easily. It's like another victory for Outworld, and it's like for 9 in a row, and now we're on this 10th one, and finally Raiden's like, I don't think so, and puts up some opposition.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So,
and I love Liu Kang in this movie. I'm sorry. I love Liu Kang. I love Kung Lao. Yes, just as good, if not better, than Robin Shao.
I will say, like, by this point in the movie, I was thinking that it was a little bit. I talked about the pacing earlier, but when you compare the sort of first half to the second half, this first part feels like a real slog to get through.
Yeah.
Even though it's not really, but coming up, there's just like so much amazing stuff that happens. Overall, I think it sort of feels weird on that early part of the movie.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like getting the arcana out of them. It was like reminded me of like in Deadpool when they were trying to get his mutant genes out a little bit. It's like let's stress these guys out enough, or piss them off enough, or get them like worked up enough where they're they're going to turn into the Last Dragon like Bruce Leroy. With the whole glowing thing going on. I don't know. But so during an argument with Lau, Kano awakens his arcana while Cole is unable to awaken his despite his persistence. Disappointed with his lack of progress, Raiden allows Cole.
Because he's a big dumb loser, like I said.
Yeah, he's a jobber. Come on, return to his family, revealing that he is the descendant of Hasashi. Shang Tsung gathers Sub-Zero, Milena, Reiko, Nitara, Goro, and Cabal for another assault on the temple. Learning that Kano is among Raiden's champions, Cabal convinces Kano to defect and remove the shield, allowing the Outworlders to attack, during which Lau battles and kills Nitara, while Jax awakens his arcana, which I guess his metal arms get like even cooler. Concurrently, the Youngs are attacked by Goro, but Cole awakens his arcana, which I didn't really understand. He got a shirt, and then kills him, returning to the temple to repel the attack. Shang Tsung and Sub-Zero are infuriated when Raiden discloses Cole's bloodline before he teleports most of the Earthrealm fighters to the Void, a safe space between realms. Lau, however, sacrifices himself, defending Cole from Sub-Zero before Shang Tsung takes his soul. Yeah, this was cool. I mean, I enjoyed the fight. I did not like that like outfit or whatever he was wearing, and I kind of look, we talked about like just make it cool, but the whole Cabal knowing Kano thing. I don't know. I just didn't get it. Jenny, what do you think of this second attack? And we get a couple of characters get killed too in this one.
Yeah, I mean it was super violent, and I mean just nonstop, breakneck speed on all this stuff. Like it was great. I mean everything just clicked, and everybody was, on their shit. Like it pretty amazing story. I don't know at this point. It's just a lot of it is just just crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just action.
Yeah, it's just nonstop.
I was not happy though when they killed off Kung Lao, right? Was that the one who gets killed off? Yeah, because he was cool. I really enjoyed this character because he was like a smart ass and he was not taking any shit from Kano. Like that was the thing. They weren't like all like, oh, you must no. He's like, you're a dick, basically telling him. Tim, what do you think of the second attack? And we get the some Arcana awakenings.
Well, first, one thing I forgot from and I would agree with Jenny that sort of middle stretch where they're just sort of training, trying to develop their Arcana, dragged a bit, but it did give us an hysterical sequence with Liu Kang just sweeping Kano over and over and over again, which was something that people would do in the game if you're a real dick against your opponent who perhaps wasn't as skilled as you. Just basically troll them over and over. And to see that recreated on the screen, I cackled. But anyway, we get another attack. Yes. Outworld invading properly now to try to gain the unfair advantage. Everybody like just full on having their powers and just going with it is really great to see. I'm glad we don't really beat around like, can we defeat, like that sort of Cole's story is trying to figure out if he has powers or not, and that's like the most boring take on this that you can have. Like everybody just having powers and going with it is what I want to see. So that's where you get great stuff like Kung Lao buzzsawing pterodactyl lady in half.
Ooh,
yes, that was cool.
Oh my god,
the coolest kill of the movie.
Oh man,
I believe that was one of his finishers also in the game.
Yeah, it was.
And yeah, it sucked to see him get jobbed out so easily because I remember him, I think he came in with the second game.
Yeah.
And I feel like he got sort of the Roman Reigns push. Like he was around as like a pretty major player from his introduction on, it seemed like. So I don't know what they're going to do with that. Maybe, maybe he's got a twin brother or something. Who knows with this shit? Anything's possible.
A clone.
Clone, yeah. Liu Kang just throwing fireballs at people. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Cabal teleporting all over the place. I don't even remember that character. I know he was in the third one.
Yeah, he was like second or third, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he was part of, I don't know if he was a heel or not in the game, but
who was the voice of it? Is that the guy in the suit or whatever? Cabal?
Yes.
Okay. Who did the voice for that?
I don't know, but he got a special credit at the end of the movie. I remember seeing he got like, as they were rolling credits and they listed the cast, it said and at the very end and so. So he must be some famous.
Well, his actor is Damon Herriman, and it says he portrayed Dewey Crow in Justified. He also played Charles Manson in Mindhunter and in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So he's got that Charles Manson role kind of cornered, I guess.
Okay.
Right. So
he got the special and credits, so that's good on him. But yeah, I mean, we get some kills here, we get some stakes, we get the heel turn by Kano. Cole still sucks, his powers suck. I don't understand them either. It's like, oh, that's your big gimmick, is your upper body turns into a gold-plated something, and you like that's it. After all this, that's all you're gonna fucking do. Like, oh.
Well, I mean, it's on brand for how much he sucks. So.
It is, yeah. And then he generates
not a shirt.
Not even good weapons, right? It's just like I don't even know, like a nightstick in a.
It comes out of his arms or something, right?
It comes out of his arms or something in like a cutlass. Like, what the fuck are these weapons?
He's like, what is he, like a 1978 Luke Skywalker action figure where the lightsaber slides out of his arm? Is that what it is?
Really. Jenny said he looked like Aquaman.
A little bit like Aquaman.
He did. He kind of did. Like, this is the best we can do. Come on. But we also see Goro, right?
Andy called it a shirt.
A shirt. He generates a shirt. That's his power. God. Why is this character in this movie? But yeah, and Goro shows up, right?
And they dispatch with Goro.
Is that the forearm guy?
Yeah, because Goro was a boss.
He was awesome.
in a couple.
Yeah, he was a boss in the first game.
Yeah. So yeah, he don't mess with Goro because he'll fuck you up.
He was scary looking, y'all. For real.
He was, and he was way better than the one in the 1995 movie.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Although
we're talking like Harry Hamlin Clash of the Titans type graphics in that one.
I will say, I thought Goro in '95 was impressive for the time.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to some of the other shit in that movie, could have been way worse. But yeah, he kind of got jobbed out in the first one too.
Yeah.
Just, although I don't mind it because my man Johnny Cage dusted his ass. But here we don't want to give the Goro kill to Cole. Come on, we can do better than that. So
you did. The studio obviously did though.
Oh yeah, the studio.
So
studio can. Never mind.
The studio can shang your sung, right?
There you go.
After mourning Lau's death, Cole proposes a plan to force Outworld's champions into single combat with Earthrealm's champions before neutralizing Sub-Zero together, forcing the tournament. Shang Tsung tried to prevent. Raiden agrees and giving Cole's Hanzo kunai before transporting him and his allies to their targets. Kang and Jack slay Cabal and Reiko, while Sonya kills Kano and acquires his dragon mark in her own arcana, which helps. She used to help Cole kill Melina. However, Sub-Zero appears, having abducted Cole's family to lure him into a one-on-one fight. Initially overpowered, Cole's blood ends up on the kunai, releasing Hanzo from the Nether Realm as a vengeful specter Scorpion. Recognizing Cole as his descendant, Scorpion helps him overpower Sub-Zero and frees Cole's family before immolating Sub-Zero with Hellfire. Thanking Cole for freeing him and requesting that he look after the Hasashi bloodline, Scorpion departs as Raiden and the other champions arrive. So I marked out for this because I love when they get rivals going up against each other and they take them down. So I know they kind of I don't know, bent the rules, so to speak, of the game, but I really enjoyed these one-on-one fights. We get Sonya getting her mark finally, and she unlocks her arcana. I wasn't happy they dispatched of Kano. I know they got to kill characters, but there could have been some more red shirt baddies in this one that we could have held on to some. So, but who knows what's going to happen? It could be a one-off, although I think it's supposed to be part of a trilogy. Tim, what do you think of these fights?
Yeah, I'm totally with you, Andy, on that. The way that they have to, that's the risk of making this type of movie and doing it in a way that's faithful is you want to see the kills, you want to see the fatalities, but you also want to see all your favorite characters. So that implies you have to kill a lot of your favorite characters right out of the gate. So you almost wish that there had been some, I don't know, just faceless legions of basically jobbers or ninjas or something that they could just mow down.
No, she had to earn it from him, from somebody good like him. And that's why they had him turn heel, so that we would be okay with him dying.
And that's the thing. It's Kano. He's not the biggest character. So I think if you're judicious in how and who you kill in your, first outing here.
I thought it was pretty smart, actually, using him.
Yeah, I was ultimately fine.
They get you invested in him. He's funny, whatever. He has cool powers, and then he'll turn. Okay, he could die.
And he manages to get over before he gets killed. He uses his eye beam. He uses his heart rip. What more do you want from Kano, really?
Exactly.
But with a Kung Lao, that's where I'm I think you took him off the board a little too soon. Unless there's again some kind of weird who the fuck knows what they'll do.
Chicanery.
Yeah. And with Sub-Zero, I think within the game itself, they said that the original Sub-Zero gets killed and is replaced by, again, a twin brother or something who's a baby face, right? I think that's actually part of the game. Scorpion's a demon, so it really doesn't matter. A demon from hell, so what is death to him, really? And that's where I got a little bit confused towards the end of this. It seemed a little bit random, Scorpion's appearance or reappearance. But in hearing that recap, Andy, apparently something happened to precipitate this. Like some blood landed on a thing that brought him.
Yeah.
Did I miss this in the movie?
Like summoned him or something like that.
I don't know. See, I was thinking and sort of hoping that we kept seeing these little flashes of Hanzo in hell or wherever the fuck he is,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess I was just sort of hoping he would like possess Cole, and that would be like the end of that character, and he's just Scorpion for the rest of the movie. Like
That would have been cool.
that's what I was hoping, and that's what I was sort of thinking they would end up doing, because I was like, I could work with that if he just starts out as some guy, but turns out he's going to be Scorpion, and all this flesh gets burned off, and he's a walking skeleton made of fire. Like that would solve a lot of problems, I think, with that character. But that's not what they do. He's still just this lame ass with his shirt made of gold-plated whatever. The Scorpion shows up, announces, "I am now Scorpion." You're like, okay, that definitely means something to people.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. But again, this is this movie. It just goes for it, right? It just it knows what it is, and it's fire versus water basically. Him and Sub-Zero having it out, and I'm into it. I'm real into that.
As long as you
climax.
get the get over here. As long as you get that, which
As long as you get that, yep. As long as you get that, and you get the skeleton breathing fire, which was his great finish.
Right.
Yeah. And yep. Sonya gets to fire some pink ribbons out of her hands.
Oh, that kill was amazing.
So that was great.
Oh,
Blows a hole right through who was it? Melina,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Like that a lot.
And we do the fire dragon deal too.
Oh yeah, the fire dragon with Liu Kang.
Yeah, with Liu Kang.
Yeah, so I remember in the second game he would literally transform into a dragon and bite you in half. So to do a dragon made out of fire, I'm like, all right, I can go with that too.
It looked real cool.
Yeah, it's sort of, I don't know, it's probably a cooler look than seeing a dude turn into a dragon on screen. So anyway, maybe they'll save that for his animality in the sequel.
There you go.
I can only hope.
Yeah.
Jenny, what do you think of these one-on-one fights and the final showdown between Scorpion and Sub-Zero?
I loved it. I loved that she killed Kano, like I said. Got to see so many cool kills there. Tim just went through them all. I mean, they're awesome. The final battle, the only thing I would change about it is just not have the fucking family there. Like, I don't care. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I don't care if they die. Like, it's just,
exactly.
I try to just pretend that part of the movie wasn't happening, because the Scorpion stuff with Sub-Zero was amazing. I loved everything just covered in ice. Him just making all these ice weapons. Scorpion just doing Scorpion things. It's like, it was perfect. It's like perfect boss battle. Except
and Jenny,
for the family.
you mentioned the Sonya versus Kano fight. That reminded me, for some reason, of the the fight between Uma Thurman and Daryl Hannah in Kill Bill 2 in the trailer.
In the trailer,
yeah, it's just
close contact, and
shit getting thrown around and just really
like they were just, I mean, brutal. Like they just absolutely tore into each other. And then she shoved a fucking garden gnome or some shit into his face.
Right.
And she said, "It feels fucking awesome." And I was like,
which was a callback, I just remember, because he spat on that garden gnome.
Yes.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. You reminded me. That's awesome.
I mean, it was perfect. So good.
I love it.
All right. So the movie ends with Shang Tsung arriving vowing revenge as he sends his champion's corpse back to the Outworld before Raiden banishes him. Raiden then declares he's creating a new list of warriors in preparation for the next tournament and assigns his current champions to recruit them. With this information, Cole departs for Los Angeles in search of Hollywood superstar Johnny Cage, which is, I guess, what's going to lead us into the next movie. Jenny, what do you think of the reveal that we're getting Johnny Cage? And also, I think is there a rumor, or is it something I saw online that was BS, that The Miz is petitioning?
No. If that piece of shit plays Johnny Cage, I will
boycott.
I will complain about it on the internet. I'll do it. I'll go to the papers.
You will argue with complete strangers till the cows come home.
You'll send a strongly worded email.
I keep hearing that. Oh, it's gonna be the Miz. It's the Miz. He basically is Johnny Cage. Fuck the Miz. Fuck that casting. Fuck that idea. Fuck everyone for thinking that. I hate it.
All right. Well, I don't feel that strongly against it, but I do think it would be a bad choice. I mean, The Miz is great as a professional wrestler, and that's what we're going to do with him. Like, just don't do this. Let's make things better on the second one.
Not worse.
Not worse. But I mean, the ending was good, and it's less than 2 hours. So by the end of this, I was like, "Damn, it's over already." I feel like maybe they left some time there somewhere. I don't know, or maybe the length was perfect. I don't know. Not sure about that, but it makes for a quick watch either way. And I like the hint of a sequel, so it was perfect.
Yep. Tim?
I remember seeing some complaints before this movie actually dropped when I guess the runtime was announced, and it's like an hour and 55 minutes or something, just shy of 2 hours, and people were really upset that this would not be enough time to do the lore of Mortal Kombat justice, the complex, deep mythology here. We need more time. And I'm thinking, in a world of 4-hour plus superhero movies by demand that actually aren't that bad. I'm like, why can't we just have a 6-hour Mortal Kombat? I mean, let's just do it. I mean,
why not?
Give these poor fans what they want. I mean, if it's just as it is, I think this movie, I enjoyed it a lot. It does feel kind of like a prequel, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's called Mortal Kombat. We did not have a Mortal Kombat tournament, did we?
No.
We had a lot of cheating and conniving and backstabbing.
On both sides of this.
On both sides, and great kills before the tournament. But we didn't have a tournament. So in some respects, I guess you could say it did not deliver on its own premise. Now, I don't really care about any of that, but I know that there are people out there who do, and I just want to give them a little bit of lip service, I guess, and say that in a world of 4-hour Zack Snyder Justice Leagues, we can have a 6-hour Mortal Kombat and be very content, I think. But all that is to say, I love the Johnny Cage tease at the end. He was actually my go-to character from the games because he's super hot and he punches people in the balls while doing the splits.
Hot.
Which, why would you not do in a fighting game if you can over and over? So we'll see him in the sequel. Great setup there. And I guess we'll see the actual Mortal Kombat tournament in a sequel. This is maybe an example of a studio like trying to like having their eyes too much ahead of what they should. Like, you need to focus on maybe the movie you're making, not the optimistic third movie in the series that hasn't even gotten off the ground yet, right? But at the end of the day, I guess I can't say it didn't give me what I wanted, which is a lot of recognizable characters to mark out to and really great kills.
All right. So, any final words that you didn't get to say? Anything what do you want to see in a second movie for sure besides your beloved Johnny Cage, Tim? Anything?
I want to see the Mortal Kombat tournament. I want to see it take place on Outworld. See all those great, cool locales of Outworld with the neat sets from the games.
Yes.
I want to see some stage fatalities, right? Get those stage fatalities in there. I maybe want to see some resurrections just so that they can get killed again. Because that's what we do in Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
And I want to see critics chill when they review movies like this, and not say things like, "Oh, it's so grim, dark, and serious. Where's the fun in Mortal Kombat?" And I'm like, "What are they talking about? What movie did they watch? You know,
Right?
What did they want?" I mean, and they're like, "Well, you compare it to the first one," and I'm like, "It's tonally kind of pretty similar to the first one. Like, it just has better effects and." It takes it, yes, it does take itself more seriously, but it knows what it is at the end of the day. It's sincere without being like, "Hey guys, we're a dumb movie. Look how stupid we are. Look how dumb you are for watching this movie because this is a stupid movie." Like, that's not what it is, and not every movie that is quote unquote fun and dumb has to have that tone. It can just go for it and be what it is. While still being extremely entertaining, and that doesn't make it too serious. I don't know what people are talking about when they make that criticism. Anyway,
right.
Soapbox.
Jenny.
Down.
I echo everything that he just said. Totally agree with that. And I want to see some babalities now, of course.
Yeah, now that's unleashing the
Bring
universe.
on the babalities. Yeah.
I like the different sceneries and sets. Definitely want to see those. Maybe a badass soundtrack. We can add that in.
Good point. Great point.
Yeah.
This one was okay, but nothing that really stood out.
Where was that thumping Mortal Kombat techno beat, right?
Yeah, it was definitely missing from that. But I mean, that was a very product of the time too, though. That soundtrack. But all right.
It was
cool.
also in keeping with the games, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly the theme from the game, but it felt like it could have been, And that's, I guess, the idea for something like that.
All right, cool. All right, so that's going to wrap up this episode of Pop Goes Movies. But before we go, let's kind of give where you can be found on social medias, any pods you want to direct people to that are up about now or coming up very soon. Jenny, we'll start with you.
Okay. I have a podcast feed. It's called Jenny Position. You can find that wherever you listen to your pods. I have a bunch of shows on there, including Hot Tokes. Me and my friend Vanessa Shark talk all things marijuana related. Bianca's First Time. Me and my friend watch movies for her first time. And The Journey Through Infinity, where we are on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and that should be out very soon as well. You can find me on Twitter at Jenny Position, on the Facebook page as well.
All right. Tim?
I am part of the aforementioned The Journey Through Infinity on the Jenny Position, so check that out. Going chronologically through all films in Marvel Cinematic Universe, having a lot of fun there. Andy, I am joining you weekly, I guess, until recently, that is, on Pop Goes to the Couch, where we provide a lot of also great MCU content that focused on the television of the Marvel Cinematic Universe on Disney Plus. So we just wrapped up our review of the season finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Some would say Captain America and the Winter Soldier now. So that series now in the books. So we'll have a little bit of a hiatus before getting into Loki, although we've talked about looking at some of the other superhero-related media and content dropping between now and then, which I may or may not be a part of, depending on how good or bad it is.
It's to be determined.
To be determined. Yes, exactly. Subscribe also to our sister channel, Place to Be Nation Wrestling, where I have 2 shows, PTB and XT. That is also with Jenny, our friend Jacob Williams, and Talkin' WCW, me and Jenny with our friend Greg Phillips. I am on social media at Cyke68, CYKE68 on Twitter. And that'll do it for me.
All right. Yeah, just check me out here on the Pop Experience. I have all kinds of shows dropping. You're in Pop, making Mount Rushmore, the Muppet Pod, Pop Goes the Classics, all kinds of fun stuff, trivia night. So, yeah, we're getting into the semifinals should be starting very soon. Mm-hmm. And we'll see who's going to win the big gold belt. It's very exciting. It's been a tremendous, fun ride so far. And I'm looking forward to crowning a champion for this. And then taking a nice hiatus and debating on season 2, because these are a lot of work. I mean, I shout out to Jordan and Mike, though they are tremendous helps with the show, and a lot of hard work, but it's worth it. It really is.
You do a good job with it.
Well, thank you, Jenny, and
it's a fun show.
And you will have appeared again on the show, and I hope that you are a semifinalist by the time this episode.
I have no idea what to expect from that show at all. No clue.
Well, you got to be in it to win it,
I'm here.
That's right. So, all right, very good.
I'm trying to protect my reputation by not appearing.
Yeah. I might bring you in as a guest judge, Tim. I don't know.
Okay.
I like that idea.
Yeah,
I'd be down for that.
So tune in to all those great shows. Check out all the great feeds. We also didn't mention the North-South connection. There's our good friends. Jenny has a few shows on there. Tim appears on there. So check that out. Yeah, all kinds of great pods to find on Facebook. Check out the Place to Be Facebook group. Fun discussions and just a great community. So join. All right. So for Jennifer Smith and Tim Capel, I am Andy Atherton. Thank you for joining us on Pop Goes to Movies, and we'll check you out whenever there's a new movie to review. Take care.